Hello everyone, my name is Malcolm Smith, and in the last video I went over the weapon change and then just how the players are actually able to pick up and switch between a new and previous weapon like in any other FPS. And now I'm going to go over basically different types or special weapons because this game was inspired by Borderlands. So the first special weapon I created was something I called Lead Rain or Lead Storm, which I'm going to change the passive to better fit with his appearance. So let's go over how I set up a special weapon. So obviously I have a different skeleton of the assault rifle because I don't have that many assets. And then I just changed the material on that skeleton. And then in the Minecraft, because of how the guns are just parents, right? Because of how all the weapons are just a child of the BP gun parent, I'm able to set the variables and such, like the name, bullet speed, fire rate, and then clip size, current ammo, max ammo, which I can obviously just change in here, and the damage type, which for this I have as fire. And while we're talking about that, I'm going to go over damage types as this goes with this weapon, because this is I guess what you would call a elemental weapon. So let's go over to the weapons and then damage types. So for this, I have an interface called I damage type, which has a function called trigger effect, which has the input of a status effect, and there's also an immune with different statuses like burning, frozen, and stunned, and then there's something called a BP effect parent, which is just there's nothing really in here. It's just a parent that I can make a child of, and then a actor component called status effect, which in this actor component, it'll check the effect type, and then obviously if it's burning, it will spawn a BP effect burning, and then attach the actor to whatever I'm attacking, and then let me go over to the burning folder. So obviously I have a BP burning effect, which is an actor that would be attached to an enemy, which is on event begin play set timer event. There's a custom event called burning, which will apply. Right now I have it as 50 damage over time for every 2 seconds for 10, where it has a lifespan of 10 seconds. And then in the DT fire damage, it will simply trigger the effect burning. And I'll actually go to one of the enemies right now. So in the base humanoid, actually go into this one, I simply have it check the trigger. So I go from damage type, and then I just have it trigger an effect, which is obviously determined by the status effect, and then it's attached to here. So this will auto trigger the effect depending on what the status is, and I'll show you the burning effect right now. Switch to there we go. Get away from him, and as you can see, he is now on fire. And I'll do it again. And as you can see, he burned to death. So this is the first rough draft of a elemental weapon. And honestly, with the way it's set up, I can easily do something like fire and ice, acid, whatever effect that I want. Also, I did fire first. And see, the eye is now burning to death. And then I'm going to go in and check health, such like that, just to make it a little bit better. And as you can see, it does work. He did burn to death, and it's it was the first elemental weapon I did. and I was happy with it. Obviously, there's some touch up I needed to do with it, but that's how I was able to make special weapons. And then going on to that, I can obviously make more legendary type weapons with the way I've set up everything. And that was basically the last thing I did for this milestone, or AKA week one. I hope you enjoyed.